I do not know why I am not just honest about my emotions. I just pretend that everything's okay. This is why I really need to hire a therapist to help me with my problems. Hey chopsticks! Today on the menu is honey garlic chicken drumsticks. Now, if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Merrick. Nice to meet you. I film mukbangs and ASMR, so if you are interested in these types of videos, make sure to subscribe. Without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so I got my chicken drumsticks right in front of me with a lot of honey garlic sauce all drenched over it. I am starving. Let's see, everyone. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Who's ready for some drumsticks? Cause I am. Which one should we go for first? Let's do the front and center one, shall we? I think we shall. Oh my god, look how big this is. It's like half of my head. I'm so excited to eat this, you guys. Check it out. Oh yeah, boy. Slay. Open wide. Got it? Got it? Slay. Mmm. 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 Check it out. It's like pure chicken inside. Mmm. Mmm. Oh my lordy. This is delicious. Mmm. Mmm. I love honey garlic sauce so much. Man, it's like honey garlic. Sorry, my hair is like itchy. Trying to like scratch it eloquently or elegantly without anyone noticing. It's like buffalo, honey garlic, sesame. Those sauces are like my favorite. Mmm. One drumstick, it's pretty big. Oh my god. So on my platter, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drumsticks. They cost $7 Canadian, $5 USD. Got it on sale from my local grocery market. Regular price, 15 Canadian and around 12 CAD. No, wait, that made no sense. 15 Canadian and 12 USD. There we go. I always like to convert my prices to American dollars, US dollars, just because like I have international viewers and the international benchmark for relative comparison in currency is US dollars and not Canadian. Mm. Mm. I'm eating it till it's like very clean. Like there's still some chicken attached onto the bone. You can't waste food, you guys. In some parts of the world, people don't even have bread or water. I sound like my parents right now. Mm. Okay, so there we go. Check how clean that bone is. No meat left on there. Let's move on to the question of the day. Today's question of the day, wow, I like slurred those words. Let's do that one more time. Let's move on to the question of the day. Today's question of the day is, When was the last time you felt sad? When was the last time you felt sad? Let me know in the comments down below because I would love to read all of your responses. That's the question of the day. At least the second time around, it came out a lot better. Just practicing on my enunciation, folks. Oh my god. Rolling the drumstick all over the honey garlic sauce. This makes me so happy. But today's discussion isn't gonna be a happy one. Look how, oh god, the sauce is like gonna fall out. Look how juicy that looks. Like, look at the lighting. The lighting reflected against the drumstick. Mmm. Mmm. I feel like a savage. Mmm. Now, for today's discussion, I feel like I have a lot more notes than I do have food. Like, I have a lot more notes than I have food to eat. So I might be blazing through these topics of conversation a little bit quickly. But I'll try my best to elaborate on each one. Sorry, the tinfoil is like crackling. So in my last mukbang, I had nachos. If you haven't watched that yet, I uploaded it 2 days ago. Link that right there. In that mukbang, I kind of talked about what I was doing the week before that week, where I was missing, where I was MIA, where I was nowhere to be seen. And I mentioned that I had an interview, right? And in that mukbang, I talked about making a separate mukbang talking about my interview. Well, this is the video dedicated to talking about my interview experience. Before I go any further, I do want to preface this conversation by saying this mukbang, this chat we're about to have, is slightly more negative because I'm focusing on negative emotions. It's not as upbeat or cheery. So if you're easily triggered by more negative topics of conversation, like more sadder thoughts, more melancholic thoughts, that's the word, melancholic, there we go, melancholic thoughts, please check out one of my other videos linked right there. I have so many happier videos, cheery videos, funny videos, crazy story times. Just click the eye, click the bar, and you'll be taken to there. You'll be transported to another land. When I did that gesture, a piece of chicken like flew onto my carpet. So I'm very curious to see where it landed. Okay, it landed right on my white carpet. Great. But yeah, this conversation we're about to have is a little bit more on the sad side. I just want to be real with you guys. Like, I am a real person. I'm not one of those YouTubers who puts on a happy face and pretends that everything's okay. I'm not going to name any names, but some YouTubers do that. On the other hand, I feel like I'm trying to sell myself to you guys. Like, oh, look at all these qualities I have as a YouTuber. And trust me, I am not. I'm just talking out of my mind right now, like my true, honest emotions. I, on the other hand, like to share both my ups and downs in life. And if you know anything about my life, I feel like it's a majority downs. Like I don't have that many like ups in my life. But granted, I do like to share both the ups and downs in my life. And this conversation we're about to have is a down one. It's a downer. Because it's unrealistic to be happy all the time, folks. Last night, while I was writing my notes and prepping for this mukbang, I was debating about how much I should share about my interview experience. Because I can go down a whole rabbit hole of sadness, like this pit of darkness I can go down, but I feel like that's a little bit too intense for some of my viewers. I like to like maybe tone it down and be more moderate. Maybe we'll get there, who knows. But for right now, I just kind of want to keep it more superficial. If you guys do want to like see more sadder videos, like trust me, I am the queen of sadness, so I can talk about sadness all day long, but I will not, because I know some people tune into my videos to be cheered up, to be less stressed after their long day of work or school. So I like to keep it a little bit more light or like more upbeat, even though it's a more sad topic. I just hope my videos are relatable, because what I'm about to talk about, I'm sure everyone, well, like most people who are done school can relate to, or even if you're not done school, I'll be covering this later in the mukbang, so anyone can relate to this. So, for you watching out there, I have 6 words. I have 6 words to tell you right now. You ready for it? Are you ready? That's what Taylor said. Here are the 6 words. I did not get the job. I didn't get the job. I didn't get the job. I didn't get the job. Why am I so happy and cheery that I didn't get the job? I don't know why. This is like a reverse self-defense mechanism, I feel like, in my body. Like my natural defense mechanism is to like put on a happy face and pretend that everything's okay. Some people's defense mechanisms are to make a joke out of everything. Like their defense mechanism is humor. They poke fun at things when things make them feel uncomfortable. When I feel uncomfortable or something makes me sad, I just smile. It is the weirdest thing ever. I do not know why I am not just honest about my emotions to the person who's making me sad. Like, I just pretend that everything's okay. I do not know why I do that. This is why I really need to hire a therapist to help me with my problems. But I didn't get the job. By this face, it doesn't seem like I got the job. Like most people are like, I got the job, but I didn't get the job. And it makes me sad. I'm not happy that I didn't get the job, okay? And also, before I go further on, I don't want it to come off like I'm complaining or whining, but maybe I am a complainer or whiner, I don't know, but I'm just being real on camera right now. I didn't get the job. Now, I kind of want to talk about like how my interviews go. So, whenever I have an interview, I rank it out of 10. 9 or a 10 being that it was flying colors, I aced the interview, they loved me. That happened with my current job. Like, in my current job, or one of my current jobs, one of my projects, because I have multiple. In my interview, my manager was like, I want you on our team. So basically, I was like kind of handed a position already in the interview. So like that's what like I knew at that point. I was like, okay, like we're gonna click, me and you are gonna work, perfect. Then on the other end, of the spectrum, I have had interviews in the past where I completely bombed it. Me and the interviewer or the interview panel did not click whatsoever. We were completely different people. That happened to me earlier this year. I think I talked about it on my channel. It was around May. I made a joke in the interview, not like an offensive, controversial joke, just like a very like I am like a small talk joke in a way, and they did not laugh whatsoever. So awkward, such a bad experience. I would rate that a 2 or a 3 out of the 10-point scale. So you might be wondering, what did you rate the interview you just got rejected from? What was that on your 10-point scale? I'll tell you. It was a solid 5.5. 5 point, sorry, chicken keeps flying everywhere. 5, wow. Or is it the sauce? I can't tell. 5.5. That's why I rated that interview. It was okay, not amazing. I thought like I might have gotten the job if like the other candidates like bombed it, but like by no way, shape, or form it went well. And the thing is, the organization I interviewed for is very, very big. I don't want to say like which organization it is, but kind of think of like Apple or Google, not that big, but like one tier below. So like IBM or Urban Outfitters, like a very like big organization. And being the 25-year-old I am, I'm still considered a new grad, like really fresh out of school. I have 3 years of experience, but literally I'm up against people who are in their 30s or like late, like early 40s, and they have like a decade of experience. They have certifications. So like in my mind, I was like, what kind of chance do you really stand? But again, I tried to stay positive and I'm like, okay, I'll continue on with this interview experience. When I got the results, the hiring manager did tell me that I ranked very high in the list of candidates. Like I was probably like in the top five, top three or something. But this is how my brain processes the results. It doesn't matter if you're the second choice or if you're the last choice on their list. At the end of the day, you still didn't get the job. It's a very black or white scenario. There's no grace in between. You either get the job or you don't. So it doesn't matter if you tell me I'm second on your list, like I just didn't get the job. And that hurts the exact same extent, the exact intensity as someone who didn't get the job and they were like ranked last. At the end of the day, both people still didn't get the job. You know what I mean? There are no grays in this scenario. You get it or you don't. Now, the next part of the discussion, I'm going to be using an analogy, okay? Because that's the best way I can explain this situation that I was in. So, let's say that the job I was applying for was to be like to work at Pizza Hut, okay? Like, I wanted to work at Pizza Hut, just saying. That was a job I was going for, that was a company I was going for. My previous experience was I worked at 7-Eleven. At my 7-Elevens, they sell pizza. It's like pre-made pizza under like the hot lamps. So I would be like, oh yeah, I made pizza before. I got the shipment in. I put it in the oven. I cooked the pizza. I put it under the hot lamps. I sold the pizza. So basically the same as working at Pizza Hut. So that's why you should hire me. Let me tell you what the successful candidate had as experience, okay? So, like, in my point of view, I'm like, my experience at 7-Eleven transfers over to Pizza Hut because you're still making pizza, you're still selling pizza. You know what I mean? It's like transferable. The successful candidate worked at Domino's. You get what I'm saying? Like, even though I had transferable skills, even though I worked with pizza, working at Domino's is a better fit for Pizza Hut than working at 7-Eleven. Because at 7-Eleven, you're not just selling pizza, you're like selling like a lot of other things like chips, candy, Slurpees. You're selling a bunch of other stuff, right? But at Domino's, you're specialized in pizza. You're not just like putting a pizza in the oven and heating it up and selling it. You're literally making the pizza, and that's what people at Pizza Hut do. So the hiring manager at Pizza Hut chose someone who worked at Domino's over me. That was kind of my situation going into, well, I didn't know this beforehand, which I'm going to be talking about, but that was the situation. Once they told me that, oh yeah, we decided to hire someone from Domino's because they had more relevant experience, I was like, did I really stand a chance? Like, I just wished the interviewer, the hiring manager, told me who I was up against. Because if you told me that I'm against someone who worked at Domino's, I would just withdraw my application and be like, forget about me. Like, I don't stand a chance. Like, this is pointless. Instead, like, I didn't know who my competition was, so I invested all this time, energy, and effort. I literally put 13 hours of work into my assignment, and we all know that these interview assignments do not get paid. If you just take like the minimum wage in most provinces, like let's just say $10, $10 times 13 hours, $130. Like, the saying time is money is so true, honey. And also, like, parking was $12. I spent like money on gas, like those expenses. And it's just like, how do people keep doing interviews and they don't land jobs? Like, it's literally costing them so much money. You know what I mean? If you're not in the real working world yet, if you're a student, this also applies to you. Sorry, I think I ate like a bone or something, or bit into a bone. My friend, my friend or my friend's friend, she's applying to different universities, and each application she sends out, she probably spends like 10 hours or 12 hours on this application, and she has to pay like an application fee, which is like $100 or $120. And she like applied to over 10 universities. Like, that's over $1,000. And to get rejected from, like, I'm not saying she got rejected, but if she did, which I don't know, if she got rejected from all 10, that's $1,000 down the drain. So you understand my perspective? It's just like, if you told me who my competition was, then we won't have to waste both of our times, because you wouldn't have to spend time interviewing me, reading my assignment, and I wouldn't be spending time putting effort into this process, because we both know who's going to get the job at the end of the day. I don't know though, maybe like the interviewer actually thought I stood a chance against like the other applicant or applicants. Obviously, there are positive ways of spending this experience. I have some written down. Some people say, like, when they get rejected from a job or just any rejection, they say it's a good learning experience. I tried. Better luck next time. That's not how my brain works, because I am the most, like, probably pessimistic person ever. To people who say that was a learning experience, I've been to enough interviews in my life now that I can tell you that I did not learn anything. Probably like the one thing I learned is like where this organization is located and where to find like the cheapest parking around this building. People who say, I tried my best. Maybe it's the way I was brought up, but it's kind of like, it doesn't matter if you try or you don't try. Like, the end result is what matters. Did you get the job or not? I think that's how the real world works. In school, you're rewarded for your effort. Like, teachers are like, oh, here's a participation award. But in the real world, it's just like, what kind of end result can you deliver? I feel like most bosses are just like, can you get us a certain profit target or a certain number on like the profit line? If you can't, doesn't matter how much effort you spent on your endeavors, you're out. And that's why I tell people I like school more than the real world. Oh my gosh, I'm actually almost done my points. And then there are those people who tell themselves, oh, yeah, you didn't really want the job in the first place, or maybe if you got the job, it would be a bad fit, maybe you would hate your boss, maybe you would have long hours. I call that strategy self-therapy. You're trying to like therapize, is that a word? Try to self-therapize yourself. And I tried that. I told myself, oh yeah, Merrick, you didn't really want it anyways. Like, you wouldn't enjoyed working there. You probably would get into arguments with your boss. You would probably be let go anyways. Like, you didn't like it. Who are you trying to kid yourself? But like, if you go back to my 5 guys mukbang at the end of the video, I literally like said these words. I was like, I want this job really badly. I really want it. So please send me your best wishes. So I can't lie to myself. Like, I actually wanted the job really badly. I think what hurts the most is that the gap between what you want. I don't know how to explain this. Sorry, let me think about it for a second. The gap between what you want and what you can get is so small. Like, for example, it's like, okay, I want a Lamborghini, okay? I want a Lamborghini, I want a Ferrari, but like that gap between me and owning a Lamborghini is like so far, like the gap is so wide that my reality and my fantasy is like it's not attainable. So like when someone tells me, Merrick, you can't have a Lamborghini, that doesn't sting as much. But with this situation, because I like was told that I was like one of their top 3, top 5, the gap between reality and my dream of getting the job was so small. And for me not to get what I want for this like tiny little distance between my current situation and my potential is so small, like I can almost taste it and I can't get it, that hurts a lot more. I hope that made some sense. Like in my brain, it makes a lot of sense because I'm very in tune with my emotions. That's one of my strengths. I'm a very like, not introverted, I'm a very introspective individual. But like when I vocalize it, sometimes it just might not come off as coherently as I would like it to. Like, I do admit on my channel, like, my bad traits, my bad qualities about myself. But I genuinely think that my introversion, my introspectionist It's a strength of mine. Like, I'm just very in tune with my emotions. Some people are not, or maybe they do recognize, they can label their emotions. So like, I'm feeling sad right now, but they don't know the cause of that, like the root cause of that. I guess the last thing I want to say is like, this is a very slippery slope if I mention this on my channel. Well, good thing I saved it to the end of the video because not many people watch till the very end. According to my research on Reddit or just Google in general, people who face constant rejection, whether it's from like jobs, their personal life, friends, family, their significant other, they're more likely to just like give up because I think everything is pointless and like they go down like this hole of depression. So just keep that in mind, everyone. Especially if you're a hiring manager, if you're hiring for staff, every rejection you send out just pushes someone further into this hole. That's all I'm going to say about that. Because, again, I want to keep this moderate. I bet some people watching right now are like, Merrick, this conversation was moderate. Are you kidding me? Okay, it's moderate for me, okay? Because I have a lot of intense emotions. I'm a very emotional guy. These drumsticks were so good. I actually got the rejection call at work, and I had to pretend like everything was okay to my colleagues because like we were working together at the time, and they're like, "Who was that?" I was like, "Oh, no one. Let's like move on." I put a smile on my face when inside my soul was crushing from this rejection I just received. I was just telling one of my friends this. I feel like getting a job rejection hurts more than like a personal rejection, because like if I go on a date and like the person just isn't into me, I'll be like, okay, let me just look at my next match on Tinder. Whereas in a job, it's like so hard to get job interviews, or like I guess the jobs I want. So like to get one is so rare, and like to like almost get the job but not really, it hurts a lot more. But you know what I do when I'm sad? I eat my feelings out, just like I did with these 6 drumsticks. Man, were they ever delicious. Thank you guys for listening to my rant, I guess. I don't know if it was a rant. I'm just vocalizing my emotions. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet. If you are subscribed, make sure to turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. Sorry. I just like had a little burp there. Is it a burp? I don't know what it was. Had some gas in my stomach. Love you so much, chopsticks, and remember to slay your day.